Hello traders, Alla on March 7th. It is 10:23 EST. We're expecting oil news in 7 minutes. This is the oil news plus 2.5 ME expected. Anything higher than this number is a bearish news, as oversupply on oil bearish news. Completely inverse as any other news. Reminding you the importance of knowing what instrument you trade and what different statistics about that instrument mean. More negative the number, more undersupply on oil, more bearish news, more bullish news we will be dealing with. So, this is what's in play in the market right now. Our bias at Fibonacci resistance firmly bearish. Our bias at Fibonacci support firmly bullish. This level has been present in front of you for weeks. This is Fibonacci resistance last week on oil before oil news release. This is where sell-off had started. This is where bearish news played out. This is where sell-off continued since yesterday morning. No matter how bearish the news is, bias here is bullish. This is the end of the minor trend. No matter how bullish news is, bias here is bearish. Only Fibonacci identifies turning points in the market in advance. This is your key day trading chart. This is a chart I will convert before the news to 1-minute chart. If price collapsing to this level, it's a gift. It's ultimate institutional support. So, let's convert this chart to 1-minute chart before oil news release. And let's make sure we never forget to take a look on institutional chart. Long-term charts that give you this Fibonacci levels always in advance. This is a chart that's been present in front of you for years. This is where bullish rally had started in 2016 at trend inception levels. This is where bullish rally had stalled at Fibonacci resistance for over a year, famous 55 number. Ultimate resistance became ultimate support. This is institutional resistance. This is where price been struggling for the last 3 weeks. Longs into this resistance, not an option. If price is collapsing to famous 55 and you're a day trader, you are not leaving the screen because you always want to trade with institutions. And no matter how bearish the news is, your bias will remain firmly bullish. Fibonacci will give you drastically more accurate key trend inception, key trend reversal points well before any news release. Always use common sense. If trading on the news worked, everyone would be Bill Gates. This is what we're dealing with on S&P right now. This is a crawl on S&P. This is where S&P had been since this morning. Remember this resistance? For over an hour, S&P had staged this ultimate brick wall that we've been watching, and we decided to take a break. This is the levels identified days in advance. Only when rules are met, you can take a trade. This trade currently in a progress. Remember, before we took a break, we discussed that S&P is sitting at ultimate resistance in massive correction. What is essential and crucial to remember right now? Well before oil news release, you must move your stop outside of break-even, especially when S&P is sitting at the end of the minor trend in front of you. Time and time again, exact same formula. Remember weekly on oil at 55. Remember where Apple been stuck for months? Exact same formula. Not the place to enter. And that's S&P right now on 1-minute chart. And that would be oil next. Exact same price action across the board. The only difference, risk management and trader psychology. You decide how long you want to hold a position. Only you know what risk management is appropriate to your account size, your personal financial circumstances. Fibonacci gives you all these levels on your day trading charts, minutes, hours, and days in advance, on your investment charts, months and years in advance. Identical formula. Oil news in 1 minute. Here we go. For the first 5 minutes, you allow oil to settle down. For the first 5 minutes, you ignore completely all the oil moves. Again, this is key Fibonacci support identified days in advance. This is ultimate Fibonacci support resistance present in front of you for weeks. So please pay attention, oil news at any moment. Traders, oil news came out as expected. Absolutely uneventful news as expected. Instead of plus 2.4 ME, came out 2.5. There has to be some sort of difference between capital V and ME. I'm not sure what it is. So, here we go. Everybody clear? We're not far off from key support. We will continue monitoring this resistance. As I spelled out before the news, first 5 minutes, knowledgeable trader not touching any news. And this is what S&P is doing right now, as expected. Frozen at ultimate Fibonacci resistance, which again, yesterday morning, this was ultimate Fibonacci support, where our bias was bullish. And this is where price collapsed from, after Gary Cohen resignation announcement. Fibonacci resistance identified days in advance. And this is what's happening on S&P as expected. Anyone surprised? Each and every time you know these levels in advance. And that's exactly the reason why I convert every single chart to 1 minute chart. You don't have to wait for days, weeks, months, and years. Identical formula on your long-term investment decisions. And this is oil. How did I know that oil will stage very contradictory formations? How did I know that it's not a wise idea to touch oil first 5 minutes after the news? So if you know where turning points in the market are, no matter what instrument you trade, no matter what time frame, you are in much better shape than if you are trading indicators. Again, trail plays in not speculative plays. Speculation and trading never, ever, ever an option. Every single time I show you ultimate stop placement, ultimate trail placement. We discussed with students that bias remains firmly bullish. We discussed with students the obstacle we deal with. Key moment on S&P. And this is oil in pain as expected. Key target on S&P is reached. This is one knowledgeable trader moving his stop outside of break-even. Agree? This is what knowledgeable trader knows extremely well. At any moment, price can start staging very powerful and sharp pullbacks. Protecting your profits is the key. Knowing where to place your stop, knowing where to place your trail will forever remain crucial. Speculative fixed stops, speculative fixed targets will never work. Price show you where your stop must be. How did I know that price will start staging very powerful bearish pullbacks? Simple. Fibonacci said so. In the course you learned that this is your key target. In the course you learned that this is the chart you trade. This is when you move your stop outside of break-even. And that's exact same formula where oil weekly is now. Look at that. Ouch. except this is a chart you trade if you're holding position for years. Oil had done exact same dance, ultimate Fibonacci resistance, the end of the minor trend, over a year to break through. And now oil in exact same place as this chart on S&P. Did you respect this as a target? Did you play by the rules? If yes, the skies are the limit. This morning we passed ultimate test of patience, discipline, and knowledge of price action. This morning you witnessed in front of you all Fibonacci levels identified, days, weeks, on daily, hourly, and weekly chart respected. This is 1 minute chart. This is exact same accuracy of the method. If you didn't move your stop outside of break-even, if you didn't respect this as your target, you cannot be successful trader. If you did, the skies are the limit. And that's a key rule in the course. What you choose to trade, absolutely up to you. Everyone is witnessing the importance of playing by the rules. Market is flawless Fibonacci puzzle. Fibonacci show you minutes in advance if you trade little day trading charts where your key targets will be. Identical accuracy on daily, weekly, and monthly charts. All the same. Pure price for entry and Fibonacci for exits is the key of the course. You come to the website and you click on Learn. You will read about Fibonacci Trading Bootcamp. We are down to only 2 spaces. Bootcamp starts on Monday. Everything else is closed. This is the first and maybe last bootcamp of 2018. This is bootcamp number 12 in 8 years of the website. In the bootcamp, you are in an intense, drilling learning environment where I test you and quiz you to the core, where you learn proprietary Fibonacci retracement strategies, proprietary Fibonacci retracement tool that you can use on any platform, any instrument you will choose to trade. You also learn Genesis strategy, strategies that's not part of the course. Strategies that you can apply to any instrument, any time frame you will choose to trade. Graduates of the course paying the fee of $888. New students bootcamp course included. New students saving bootcamp fee by signing up for Fibonacci Mastery course. Fibonacci Mastery course, 8 weeks. Group course, private mentoring 16, includes bootcamp. Savings of $888 to new students. Most important part of the website, where you can listen to the graduates of the course from beginner to hedge fund trader from US and globally who trading the method on S&P, stocks, options, forex, on any instrument you will choose to trade. And this is what's playing out currently on S&P. Ultimate Fibonacci target is reached. Price is struggling, as expected. This was the exact same identical level yesterday morning, which was key target on long, which is exactly where price crushed from with Gary Cohen announcement. Level identified days in advance in a play yesterday. And this is exact same level, except on little chart. All the same formula. Price reminding you, if you know where to enter, if you know where to take profits off the table, all you have to do is play by the rules and identify what's appropriate for you and your account size. Nothing less, nothing more. To the tick, target is reached. To the tick, price respecting ultimate Fibonacci support. Remember bright pink line on S&P? Remember where we monitored for long point of entry that became ultimate Fibonacci resistance this morning? All the same formula. when the correction finished and rules are met, and chart you should trade, trade set up. Currently knowledgeable trader adjusting his trail well outside. Ultimate moment on S&P. To the tick. No surprise whatsoever. And as you're witnessing S&P on 1 minute chart respecting this target, I would like to remind you exact same formula that played out on long-term S&P. Remember this chart? Remember S&P at 2200 and decision point to projected months in advance. This is S&P next. Absolutely no surprise. Identical formula. However, this is your investment decisions. Identical accuracy. The only difference, this is the levels. This is a strategy you use if you trade long term, if you're holding position for months and years to come. And this is 1 minute chart on S&P. Just like S&P broke through decision point 2 and skyrocketed to reversal zone, this is what S&P 1 minute chart is doing. This is where S&P is now. Everyone is seeing this after price broke through the end of the minor trend and decision point 2. All the same formula. Identical rules. Identical levels. Risk management and how long you're holding the position is the only difference. So here's the reason I live and breathe what I do. Steven is my dearest friend for life. Steven knows that hand holding in trading does not work. He traded well before trading room open. 6 points this morning before trading room open. Hand holding never a recipe for success, ever. Knowledge is. So if you're witnessing the accuracy of the method and you have enough of indicators and you want to trade like Steve, I look forward to hearing from you. Please review all the information on the website and never ever ever hesitate to contact me. 925-257-4298 or info@fibinstitute.com. Trading room will be closed until March 23rd. In the bootcamp, you will be learning everything in life trading conditions. If you want to trade like Steve, if you want to trade like Carol, if you want to trade like all the other graduates that posting on the website, I look forward to working with you. Thank you, traders.